everyone. So today I thought I would do my first Coffee Convos series. I've just got some decaf coffee because I need like a little boost but nothing too crazy. And I thought for our first topic this week we would do breakups. As you guys have seen, if you've been watching for the last 2 years or so now, I've had a lot of characters coming on my vlogs. I like to think of the vlog sometimes as a reality show. We've got a different set of characters rolling in every so often, and it's kind of changed over the last few years. Had some boyfriends coming off and on, friends that are like my girlfriends that have kind of gone to the wayside, and you know, I think a lot of you guys are around my age, college, end of high school, and that can be a really tricky time. This transition period that at least I know I'm in can come with a lot of, like, who's going to be my friend? Who, like, you know, who do I hang out with? Now, every so often you will find some gems. In my life, that is like Kaylee, Lexi, like, these people have been around forever, and I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon. You've got those people that, you know, they'll be there with you thick and thin. Anything comes your way, you know they're going to be there for you. I know, like, with Lexi and I, we've been through so many breakups and joys and sorrows, and it's just we've grown up together, and I think that's amazing. But you've got to have those people in your life, I think at least, that are here for you for the good times and the bad, not just the, oh, it's a good time, we're going to hang out, and people that treat you the way you're supposed to be treated, which can get kind of tricky. I'm going to speak more so from a college experience and what I've seen and dealt with the last year and a half or so, because it's like the most fresh in my mind, most relevant, and where a lot of the drama, so to speak, has gone down. So, y'all know, came to college, dating somebody, and it was good until it was really bad. Before you know it, I'm at a brand new school. The few people that were my friends, like, weren't my friends anymore, and I was stuck by myself. My, like, one friend first half of freshman year was, like, sketchy as heck, and it was just a bad time. It was a bad time to be me, and I had gone through a pretty difficult time, in all honesty. That's why there wasn't any vlogs about last fall or so, because I didn't really have anyone to hang out with, wasn't going out very much, hanging around school a lot, and it was a weird time. I didn't want to record it. I needed a break for myself, which, I mean, hopefully you guys understood. I'm doing them all the time now, so I think I'm making up for my videos. But around the beginning of that, I lost my childhood best friend too. Like, she didn't pass away or anything, but that friendship had ended, and that one was pretty hard for me. The breakup with the guy was his doing, not mine, and breaking up with my friend, though, was definitely my doing. And I kind of regret how I went about it. It was just like a text or two, and I was just like, yeah, this friendship's over, which I regret doing to this day, honestly. I wish I had gone about it in a different way, and instead just been like, do it face to face, waited a little longer, but what's done is done, I guess. However, luckily her and I are talking again, and I always believe that if people are meant to be in your life, they'll come back eventually. So we'll see how that friendship goes from here on out. I think I might meet up with her next couple months, so we'll see. But if there's like people in your life that you just feel aren't supporting you the way you're supposed to be supported, I say get out of there if you can. You're not supposed to have friends that are just there for the good times but will leave you when you're at your worst, because that's pretty crummy. It did show me who my, like, true friends are. Kaylee was so helpful through that time, and it really brought us closer, and I don't think we'd be best friends in the way we are today if it wasn't for all that. So it really bonds people, and having the friends that you're really supposed to have, keep those people. They're amazing. They're to stick with you through everything, and just bomb people to have. So fast forward a little later, I'm starting to make more friends in college, kind of deciding who's going to be, like, in my inner circle, who I'll, like, say hi to on campus. There's a lot of people I'll say hi to on campus, but not a ton that I'm, like, really, really close with and hang out a lot, and those are usually the people you guys are going to see. And things have been going fine, and about a year or so ago, I met another guy, and I was like, oh boy, so exciting. I was, like, really jazzed, but, you know, long distance, like getting to know someone while you guys are really far apart, kind of not the way to go. I've done it twice. Both times did it really work out in my favor? It didn't. So if you guys can get to know people nearby and like interact face to face, have conversations, get to know them, do it. It's my like one tip if you can get that. Just get to know people face to face. Talk to them, hang out, invite them to go do things. People like to be invited out, and no one likes to sit around at home and be boring. I know I did that last night and it was really sad. So it can be kind of hard at times to work up the guts to get to know people better, but you never know who might pay off. Now, that's like a bit of a side note, but going back to the main set of story. Talked a while and finally started hanging out, and at first, it was good, but realized personalities didn't really mesh well. And in that case, I broke off the relationship pretty quickly and kind of stunk. I felt bad for doing it, but sometimes in those kinds of situations, you need to be a little selfish, which is the biggest key, is to sometimes just think out for yourself. Your best advocate is you in friendships and things as you grow up. So don't be afraid to tell people, hey, this might not be working, I don't know what I want to do, and also give yourself time to reflect. Don't kind of just like ruminate on it yourself. I know I've talked to my other friends about my relationships, how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and they can be really good gauges. When I'm like kind of thinking, ooh, do I stay with someone? Do I leave? I always kind of consult a few different people and get a good consensus, and of course listen to what I'm feeling myself. And that's always huge. And so that relationship ended and things were smooth sailing, and then this year it's kind of gotten rocky with another friend, and I'm kind of in the midst of figuring out what to do with all of that, but it's kind of looking like another friendship breakup, which can be really hard. And seeing as I'm going through it right now, I don't really know what to say to them. They don't really know what to say to me. And it's challenging because, you spend all this time with someone, but then you're like, wait, is this really what it's supposed to be like? Because it's kind of gotten to a point where I'm like, I don't know if this friendship is really something I want or need in my life. It's just gotten kind of funky again. And the way we kind of met was through them being in like an unhealthy friendship, and then I kind of swooped in, but I don't think that was the smartest way to go about that. Because if they can't really stay friends with other people, how are they going to really stay friends with you sometimes? Of course you're going to have like your core people. Everyone has like their really good friends. But if they can be pretty wishy-washy and you see that a lot, you might need to kind of think, oh gosh, what am I going to do? And that can be really difficult. It's hard to kind of talk to people. I know a lot of the times I kind of just like ice people out, which is horrible. And I'm trying to work on it, but I kind of think it's good to also give yourself space and just say, hey, I need a few minutes for myself, and it's not really working out for me. And just kind of being upfront, or kind of giving yourself distance, and spend time with other people too. I noticed a lot of the time recently I was hanging out with like the same people over and over and over again. As much as I love them, you kind of get stuck, And it's like the same friendships, but then drama starts happening and things go on and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And there's a bunch of other people in your life that, you could get to know better, meet new people. And at least in college, I think that's a huge, huge deal. Is really taking the time to get to know new people, meet different people, go out and have fun. First semester of college, I stayed home all the time. Never went out to different parties or anything. And I'm not saying you need to be like a big party or anything, but definitely take time to go out and meet people. Say yes to new adventures and experiences, Right now, I'm in this little like group project, and I kind of stuck with some friends in it, but new people came into the group and just starting to get to know them, and they're really cool. I know that being a comm major has been really helpful in talking to people more and just breaking out of my shell further than I have ever thought I could. Because, at times you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so shy, so awkward, and people get nervous to talk and stuff. Luckily, I'm not terribly bad at that. I talk to a camera all day. I'm always out doing stuff with friends because partially do it for the vlogs because I want to get cool footage out for you guys and for myself. And I also just want to push myself and not always be home all the time. Like, it was fun last night to sit at home and watch Moana, but it's also really, really fun to go out, and that's what we're going to do tonight. Socialize, see friends that I haven't talked to in a while. And you can be so surprised with how people are actually going to treat you. I know that after an earlier breakup, I was like, oh man, no one's going to talk to me, and no one really did for a while, in all honesty. I really had to buckle down and say, okay, I'm going to live my life for me, make friends with people that I want to be friends with, and take time to grow as a person. And I'm glad I was like very single at that point and just kind of like growing a community here at Gonzaga, and that really paid off for me. I think it's important to spread your wings, have different friend groups, and don't just stick to the same one, because you're going to get stuck in a cycle and a rut, and different kinds of people can help you with different things. I know I have some friends that I always go to church with, we have like a really strong faith together, and I have other friends that I like to go out with, go grocery shopping, hang out, shop with, and we're multifaceted people, so you should have friends that can kind of work with the different facets. I mean, ideally you have someone that you'll do like everything with, but you also need to broaden your horizons as well. I know at the end of high school I was kind of starting to hang out with the same people, and it just wasn't really working out for me, but once I've started to really just cast my net further, meet new people, it's really helped me a lot. But then, you know, there's kind of that crummy side of breakups with friends and relationships, and you need to take time to mourn. I know that sometimes I could rush from one thing to the next without really taking the time to be like, okay, what do I want? What is going on with me? How am I feeling? And I think that's a really crucial step to take. You can't just run from one thing to the next without thinking it through, because you're going to be screwed in the end. You're going to feel even worse. You're going to hurt more people because you're going down this cycle of hurting yourself. And you're like, oh, I got to do the next thing. But it's okay to be by yourself and alone and feel bad. I think people always miss that aspect of life, and that, oh, I need to go one thing to the next. No, you don't. It's okay to go and say, oh, I need some time for me. This year, as I said in my goals for 2018, I want this year for me to be single. I'm studying abroad in Europe in the fall. I'm leaving the country for a while, and I'm going to have like these really amazing experiences, going to go home for the summer. I don't want to be like tied down to anybody. Like, I'm really open to meeting new people and getting to know them in like a friendship way, which I think is super important before you like really get into a relationship in the first place, because you kind of want to know who you're dating. You don't want to just rush in. But it's also crucial to take time for yourself and say, okay, this is exactly what I want. This is how I want to live my life. Like, for example, one of my goals is try and go to a new restaurant each month. I mean, yeah, it'd be fun to do it with someone else, but why not do that for you? I tried the Boots restaurant this morning, and it was super fun. I got to hang out with an old friend, relax, try a new breakfast thing, and I took time for me. I wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to stay on campus all the time. And I mean, I could. I pretty much am today since it's so snowy outside. But I could have just gone to the COG and relaxed and done the same routine over and over again. But instead, I was like, no, I'm going to take my life and do something about it. And try new things, adventure, explore. People aren't meant to be doing the exact same thing all the time. There's a reason why we change. We grow older, we meet new people, we do different things, and it's important to change. And sometimes the change is going to be negative, and you're going to be like, oh, I don't like where my life's going, what I'm doing. But you could sit and complain about it, which, I mean, sometimes it's okay to do that. Just don't get like too excessive and don't do it to the same people all the time. But then you could take those complaints and turn it into something positive. And I think that's also a really, really big thing. Because once you start turning it into positive, you're going to become more confident, you're going to be happier, and you're going to be able to go out into the world and say, hey, this is me, this is what I want to do. You put those good vibes out there, you're going to get good vibes back. You're happy, smiling, going and doing fun things that you enjoy, you're going to get that joy back. Because people are going to see, wow, there's someone who's really enjoying her life, having a lot of fun, and you're just going to feel better about yourself. And you get that cycle of positivity, and instead of being, you know, a little drain going down, you're going back up. Energies work the same way. Moods and behaviors, you know, you could keep feeding the negative behavior, of course you're going to feel worse. But start feeding the positive behavior, the breakup's not going to hurt as bad. And when you like break up with friends and things, always make sure to stick to your other friends, because you're going to need them the most. And sometimes when it's in like a big friend group, you and another person are fighting, it can be pretty tricky. But at least in my case, I've kind of found that talking to other friends and getting support outside of the group has been really beneficial. And I kind of leave the other person with my other friends, and I'm like, okay, I just don't feel like I can really get along with this person right now, but you guys can. And don't have animosity and drag other people into it, because that's when there's going to be a lot of resentment, and you might not have all of your friends, and your support system is going to crumble further. When you continue to maintain and build relationships with others and the people that are still close to you, that's really good. Just think it's important to take care of yourself and spend time with the people that matter to you. As a 20-year-old single woman in college, I've got a lot of freedom and independence right now, and I'm trying to take it as much as I can. Yeah, I think some people are really cute and want to get to know them better. That's fine, but don't just run off and chase the next thing immediately, because the immediate gratification is not going to last. In my comm class right now, we're talking about the great sham, and how everyone just wants a quick fix, a diet pill. Oh, you'll get your life fixed in 2 weeks or whatever. That's not how life works. It's a process of change. You can't just take a couple diet pills, call it a day. Ooh, you're skinny. You're going to gain your weight back before you know it. Instead, you need to just work on incorporating healthier foods into your diet, working out more, and build a community around yourself. Don't just do it yourself. Ask your friends, see if you know people or meet new people in your new workout classes around you, because you're going to build up this beautiful little support system, and you're going to start flourishing more. An plant that is not getting enough nutrients, sun, water is going to wilt. And when you're not giving yourself all the good stuff in life, you're going to wilt. You don't want that. It's not a fun place to be in. But once you can take the time and say, okay, what am I doing and what can I change that's going to let me grow again? When you start thinking like that, you're going to flourish, and you're going to be the most blossoming flower that anyone's ever met. And hopefully it'll start paying off. You might not reap the benefits right away, immediately, but it just helps you feel more positive about life. When I'm starting to live like this, I'm like, okay, I can do things that I thought I never could do. Things that could be a little scary, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little scared to fall in love again and meet someone new. But I'm like, okay, I've done it before. That didn't really work out, but imagine how good it's going to be when you find someone that it really does work out with. So just kind of keeping that idea in my head and working harder on me and meeting new people, opening myself up more. It's okay to be vulnerable. That's what I'm trying to do on these videos. I know that I've kind of stunk at it for a while, but I want to revamp this channel and make it a really good community. I love talking to you guys. I love interacting with people on YouTube and social media in general. And by doing that, you start to feel better about yourself and just life in general. And I'm looking forward to new things coming my way. And with that, that's where we're going to end it. And comment down below if you have any topics you want me to talk about. This is my first time really doing a video like this, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Bye!